my. Come on, V, you got it, baby. As you can see, it's worth it if it's a bike you really want.
Infinit Ryda.
Oh yeah! Woo! I missed my shift. It happens. It happens sometimes. I hit a bump, my foot slipped. You know, it is what it is. So today, I want to talk to y'all about owning the V Rod, which is a discontinued motorcycle from Harley-Davidson. Like, owning a discontinued bike, it has more, I don't know if I can say it's more pros or cons with that, but it's definitely some cons to owning a discontinued motorcycle. Oh yeah, yeah boy. Ooh, you hit. I'm honestly starting to think that the sky don't want me to be great for some reason, because it looked like it's gonna rain out that way, but we ain't gonna worry about it. So recently, and especially when you get an older motorcycle that's discontinued, you'll run into some problems from time to time as far as finding parts. And I've been having a really hard time finding parts for the V Rod. Like simple things like a bolt to put on the shocks. The other day I decided to go ahead and try to put my shocks on myself, because a lot of places are telling me they can't get my bike in there to put shocks on it until like a month or so out, and the rear shocks were literally smoked. Them things kept bottoming out like non-stop, so I had to get some shocks on this bike. So I decided to do it myself. Well, one of the bolts happened to be stripped, and it was like impossible to get it out. I basically had to mangle that thing. Upon mangling it, I didn't realize I'm not going to be able to get another bolt for this motorcycle. So I was searching online, called dealerships. They said that that's a part that's irrelevant or no longer made anymore. And I understand certain parts for certain motorcycles, manufacturers are only required to make them parts for 10 years after they stop making that specific model of bike. Well, my V Rod is a 04, and I think this model only went on to 06. So I guess they stopped making the bolt, which is just outright stupid in my opinion. Why would you stop making a damn bolt, Harley-Davidson? I had to come up with some options. I went to the hardware store and ended up picking up some totally different bolts for the bike, but in the end it wasn't the same type of bolt, and I thought it was going to mess up the look, but it worked out. So when you own a discontinued bike, you got to get creative and you got to come up with options to make things work. Just like there were some other parts I needed, and you may have to buy used parts and stuff like that off of eBay. Strongly possible. And this road needs really redone, Charlotte. Look, they got the big television going. When it comes to finding parts for this bike, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I mean, it's doable depending on the motorcycle and the fact that the bike is discontinued. You're gonna have to get creative if that's a bike you really want, and the V Rod is a motorcycle that I really wanted, so I picked it up, and I'm just dealing with the fact that I'm gonna have problems finding parts. Oh my, I see one of these every single time I come out and ride, I swear. Come on, Jeep. Another issue you're possible to run into is, let me get over real quick. I don't know why that Jeep was going so slow. You may run into a lot of shops not wanting to work on your bike, because if something goes wrong, they got to fix it. So it's some shops that, like actual motorcycle shops, not like the mechanic shops, like the actual dealerships. There's a few in Charlotte that actually refuse to work on my V Rod, like Ride Now Motorsports. They refuse to work on it because they said it's too old. I guess they ain't confident in their mechanics. They think they mechanics gonna get in there and break something on my bike. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I think I missed my turn. Okay. I gotta beat this rain if it decides to come though, for real. All right, let's have some fun. Woo! Come on, V, you got it, baby. Chicken lane, look at that shit. I don't like leaning the other way too far. I don't want to scrape my exhaust. That's another thing. When you do get parts, you better take care of them parts and baby them, because you might not find them again. Or if you find a part that's not that expensive, pick up two, because you might need it again later. Or somebody you know, a fellow rider, they might need it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. But as you can see, it's worth it if it's a bike you really want, because I love this motorcycle. Oh, I forgot to mention, you better learn to work on your own bike, because of that fact that a lot of shops don't want to work on it. And if they do work on it, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, because they know a lot of other shops don't want to work on the bike. So it's definitely challenges with owning a discontinued motorcycle. And I'm starting to get a little bit worried, because I got V, which is the V Rod, which is discontinued. I got Harley at home, which is my 07 Sportster, which the Sportster is about to be discontinued. But I feel like Harley started the channel, so I gotta hold on to that baby. That's my girl. That's like how Blockhead's Sportster was to him. He loved that bike. He got rid of it, and it came back into his life. A love story, a magical love story. Come on, Dodge. You are so in the way. It's getting windy, y'all. So if you're thinking about picking up an older motorcycle, or one that's discontinued, or even if it's a rare bike, you seriously got to think about those things before picking it up. Are you going to be able to get parts for it? Are you going to be able to find people to work on that bike? It's a lot to think about before picking it up. Like, I just grab bikes if it's a deal. I don't think about that, because I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was getting extremely frustrated when I couldn't find a damn bolt for this bike, and the fact that the bike was old and it took me like 7 hours to get the bolt out of there. So you got to be willing to have that patience too. But let me know down below, what do y'all think about owning a discontinued motorcycle? Do you own a discontinued motorcycle? And what are some crazy things you ended up having to do? Let's get the conversation started. I'm about to try to make it home. I don't know if it's gonna rain, but over there it looks like rain has already started. So yeah, there's that. Always some rain trying to get me, ain't it? But make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, like this video, and the most important thing is make sure you stay safe, be blessed, get out there on 2 wheels, and try to check the weather before you go out. Shit.
Infinit Ryda.